All right, so I am back at Aradale again, and it's just a quick visit this time. If you haven't seen our other episodes, definitely go and have a look at those. There's part one and part two up. I'm actually here picking up my daughter, but how could I not come and do some investigating? And tonight I'm going to do a little bit of a lone vigil. I'm going to go back to the men's infirmary, the bit that had me on edge and had Kag on edge that time. This time I'm going to do it on my own. So. Aradale. For those who've never ever visited Aradale, what is Aradale? Sorry to blind you with my light.
It's all good. So it's a 1800s lunatic asylum that functioned right up until the 1990s.
Okay. And so what sort of patients were put here?
So to begin with, anyone, because the 1863 Lunacy Act was just so broad, something as simple as being asthmatic.
Asthmatic?
Yeah, asthmatic.
Asthmatic?
Yes, if you're asthmatic,
oh my
you
God,
were a lunatic.
I would have been in here.
Yes. But even things, such as, you had a workplace injury, like you damaged your back or something, because they couldn't actually physically see the injuries, so therefore it was in your head, so you got put in one of these. Wow. But my personal favourite under the 1863 Lunacy Act is bad company.
Bad company?
Yeah. So under a lot of those, I think most of us in the general population today would be admitted.
Would be admitted into here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Did you have the criminals here?
Or? We did to begin with,
yeah.
And then they sort of figured out that wasn't probably the most safest thing. So that's where J Ward was, the Ararat County Jail was purposed to house the criminally insane.
Okay.
To try and segregate the ones that are clinically insane to those who are, criminally insane.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. And how long have you been working here?
I've been here for almost 3 years.
Wow. So quite a while. And of course I am going to ask you, what have you had happen here yourself?
Lots of
experiences.
Lots of experience, although my very, very first one that I think I'd probably only been operating as a guide for a month and a half, and I was up here on a Friday with another guide. I'd finished the 2-hour ghost tour and I went to go and start locking up, and I've gone up into the women's ward here.
Right.
And as soon as I've, locked the first door behind me, it rattled as if someone was trying to open it.
Yeah.
And as I kept sort of walking away, knowing that there was no one on the other side, I could hear these heeled footsteps. And the only one who could wear heels in the women's ward or any of the wards were the nurses. And every single door I locked, it would shake violently, and the footsteps just kept getting closer and closer to me. And by the time I got to the last door that we lock, it's got one of those glass panes.
Yeah.
And I literally crouched down because I didn't want to see anyone on the other side, and I'm fighting the door to try and lock it. And it felt like I was there for 15 minutes, probably only 15 seconds, but let's just say I ran down the back steps and back out into the office saying quite a few words that I'm pretty sure are not permitted on YouTube or any platform.
Yeah.
But so that's the one and only time I've ever actually run from a building,
Right.
But that was probably the most memorable. I've had full-bodied apparitions appear in front of me and say hello, and I've walked past and went, oh, wait, you're not meant to be here, and there's no one around.
Right. We're going to go to the men's infirmary.
Yes.
So you can give us a little bit of a talk down when we get over there.
That sounds good.
And then you can wave me goodbye. And
yeah, that's good, because I don't like the men's infirmary either.
well, from what I understand, nobody does. But I do have your phone number.
You do.
So if anything goes down, I can actually give you a call.
Yes.
And you will come over.
Eventually.
And rescue me.
Yeah, eventually. Yes, of course.
So, all right. So we're now in the men's refirmary. Refirmary? What's a refirmary? Men's infirmary. And what was this building used for?
So essentially this is a hospital within a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a place no one ever wanted to come. Because there's quite a few stories that pretty much all say the same thing, that, as gentleman was really unwell. They were wheeled on a gurney. They were placed in the hallway here to wait to see a doctor, which isn't uncommon. But some patients were left in here for days in the bed, and they would die before the doctor could even get to them. No.
Wow. Because you always think of infirmary that this is where people would come for help.
Yes.
When they're sick.
Yeah, well, in the Victorian era, like to give you an idea, at the beginning of the Victorian era, to become a doctor, it was very, very easy. All you had to do was get a nice white apron, take it down to the butcher's, and the butcher would smear it with blood and gunk and stuff like that. You'd get a knife, you'd walk around the streets of London and go, I'm a doctor. Of course, you know, we sort of realised that was a bad idea, and then you had to go and do like a 6-month course to get a certificate, and that's essentially how medicine progressed.
Yeah.
But one of the other things as well is with a lot of surgeries, if you were a very efficient doctor in the Victorian era, you were quick. You know, like a procedure today with all our technology that could take like 45 minutes. Victorian era doctors were trying to do that in a matter of minutes just by cutting open. And as you can imagine, there was a huge mortality rate. And one of the things that is really quite heartbreaking as well is in asylums, a lot of the patients were considered to be subhuman.
Mm-hmm.
So there was experimentation going on, like to see, you know, what would happen if you poked the nerves in the knee while the patient was awake. So they would essentially try to make something hurt to sort of like take the pain away. Yeah. There were many, many different methods. One of my personal favourite was salt boxing. Mm-hmm. They would put a little wooden box, strap it over the eyes. There was little cogs on the side. They'd spin those. It would move louvers inside that would drop finely grounded rock salt into the eyes as a diversion tactic for the pain. But one of the things you also have to remember, like even in a general hospital where people were considered human, there was a British surgeon by the name of Joseph Lister working in a hospital in Glasgow, and he was working out that 60 to 70% of post-surgical patients were dying from infection, and this is in the 1870s. And that's in a general hospital, so you can imagine what it would have been like in a hospital where patients were considered subhuman. Yeah. So it's really quite heartbreaking.
How many deaths were there in Aradale?
So for time period of operation when it first opened in 1867 and closed in 1994, it's in the vicinity of 10 to 13,000 people.
Wow. And this was just for the males in here?
Yeah, so this is just the male side.
Right.
Okay, so this here is one of the theatre rooms. The idea was you would have 3 patients. So you would have one each in the cells, and you'd be operating on one, which one of the best parts is there's a peephole on the door so you can watch what's going on, plus you can also hear it. This is also a time period before any form of anaesthesia, so you can imagine the screaming and what's going on. That's if they haven't rendered the patient unconscious either through strangulation or giving them a bump on the head. But yeah, so essentially once when they finish surgery on this patient, they would literally wheel the patient into there, pull the next one out, and just use them as waiting and essentially
so is it a form of torture, really?
It is.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's 2 more down the other side.
Yes.
Now, they're the ones that we were getting lots of stuff happening. So what sort of things have you had happen in here?
So on tours, I've had a door handle melt on me. That was terrifying. One of the cell doors just in the room.
Yeah.
I then had to go and find a replacement one so we could keep using the cell door for tours. But recently, a few months ago, I did end up getting a scratch down here. Yeah. There were 5 scratch marks, but it was just physically impossible because my hands didn't stretch that far, but it was from about here to here. This is also the building where we get a lot of our fainters. So that's always quite terrifying when you're on tour and a guest faints on you. We've had guests that all of a sudden they feel like they're going to vomit, blood noses. Some of them even say that they get the taste of blood running down the back of their throat.
Right. And they've had figures seen in here?
Yes.
Just to make me even more creeped out?
Yes. Actually, a few weeks ago, I came through here to unlock. And I've literally walked through this door, walked out to the other door, opened that. As I'm walking back out here, I'm staying where you were, and this black hand, blacker than anything, just goes like this.
Oh, really? So, which is the most active, would you say? This end, where I'm going to go? Or was thinking of going with the 2 cells down the other end? Or the 2 cells down this end?
I think the whole building's active.
All right.
It's a relatively small building.
Yeah.
It's just a straight line with rooms coming off.
I just thought if I go down there, I've got the door there, haven't I?
Yeah.
Is there a way out up here? Or
Yes, there's a way out over there.
There is, so if anything gets too tense, I can make a run for it out there.
Yes.
Is there a door out this end?
There is, but it's bolted shut.
So there's no escape from this end then?
In that first room there is where I did my solo Estes method, where I had someone pacing around behind my back.
Which one's that?
So the one we were in at the very beginning.
Because this is where I was getting all the equipment stuff last time. There will be bangs in there, guys, and that's because the windows, or one window in particular, does bang. So we'll just take note of that.
Which is interesting because it's gone dead quiet
I
now.
noticed that.
Yeah. Oh.
And I found that before as well, when we were here last time. We know it's the window, but then it stopped.
Yeah.
It was banging badly a few minutes ago. Oh no, there we go. It's very unnerving, even though you know what it is.
Yes. One of the other things as well is when I did my solo in here back in, I think it was March or something, going through some of the audio and some of the video, for some strange reason I picked up slight audio of a woman humming throughout here, which is really weird because this is the men's.
Yeah.
One of the other things as well, mentioning asthmatics being admitted here. I've come in here to lock up after tours one evening, and we've got to check the building. So I've gone up through here. As I'm walking out, right in my ear, I can hear the intense wheeze of someone who's had a very bad asthmatic attack, and where they're just still trying to gasp for air. Right in my ear, and it's followed me all the way up there.
Yeah. You're not going too far, are you?
No.
I have to call you in quicker than one thing. All right. I suppose we'll put some equipment out then.
Yes.
Oh my God, why am I doing this? All right. Okay. Let's put some stuff in. Would they be doing medical stuff in there?
Yes.
Not so much the hallway. I might put the strip in there with some medical stuff.
Yeah.
I'll probably piss off. I'm not sure I'll do that. Oh, brave old me.
Yeah. It's like,
see, I don't see things that often, even when it is dark and scary. Okay, so we've got a little needle with that. Oh. It's well sealed, it's clean, it's new. You've got to unscrew it to take it off. And I think that's for putting in your mouth and clamping when they want to. They might recognise it.
If you want, I can run and get the lobotomy tools if you want those.
Oh, good, yeah.
Okay, I'll go grab them.
That'd be cool. So what I've done is I've set out, where the 2 cells were that I had, where we were last time. I've put the EMF lights in a circle, and we're about to put the lobotomy tools in the middle of one, aren't we? So if that doesn't stir things up, then I'm fucking in here on my own. So, we're recording. There'll be a few beats on that one. So, all right.
And I might just be laughing a little bit inside.
Yeah, it's all these open doors. Why did I choose this section? Because you remember, you've got the bits behind you. You've got a door to a room on the side, another to the cells on the other side with the banging bloody windows that's unnerving.
Yeah. Well, what can I say?
So,
enjoy.
all right, I'll ring you soon. Well, you could stay on actually, couldn't you? While
Well, I could do. It's up to you.
you could do, couldn't you? Yeah. For a minute or two.
Or I could go and get a bottle of wine.
You fuck. And watch the show. She can't. British! Oh my God, the first word it's come out with. British.
Oh. Was it there? It came out with that before?
I don't know.
Did we have that
I
kind
don't know, but it's just come out with British. British probably in the mining days wouldn't have been very popular here. Because most of the doctors were probably British.
Right.
Oh, the flux has just gone off. And I've got nothing recording. Flux, 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 flux. And it didn't even make a sound.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm talking to CAG. We're just setting up and already the equipment's going off. Do you like that one? Pretty cool, isn't it? Alright.
Sweet. I will set a reminder on my phone or I'll forget.
Alright, cool.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Alright, see you soon.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Need anything, just call.
I will, don't you worry. Look, you might will definitely get that.
Okay. See you soon.
Alright. Oh my God, that looks so much. Looks like Aradale. Now, we are in the men's infirmary. Oh, that sounds different. I'm trying to work out where to put you guys. Do you want to watch? Do you guys want to watch the equipment? So we've got CAG here, but she's not here. She's actually in Adelaide, but she's going to be commenting on your page. I'm going to say hello to you all. Hi, 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 but I'm going to ignore your comments. If there's anything important, CAG can call it out on the phone. CAG is on the phone here, aren't you, CAG?
I'm here.
Woo. So she's actually on a call to me, and we're going to do some remote stuff. I'm going to do an Estes in a minute, and CAG's going to call out the questions. So you can... I am just going to say, we've already probably pissed everybody off in here, because... Hang on, I'll turn it around because you don't want to see me. Because in there we've got the lights, but in the centre of those lights we've actually got the tools for the lobotomy. And I'm not touching them because I don't want to break them or anything, but Lithium just clamped them together so that we're well aware of what it actually sounds like, and it's not pleasant. So I'm not sure if that would have wound anything else up in there. Alright, so if there is anybody here tonight, I don't know if you remember me. Mind you, you get lots of people in here, you probably don't. But my name's Alison. I came in...
I'm so to say my name is Kat.
And you can't see CAG, but that voice you can hear maybe, that's CAG. Fortunately she's not here, so she upsets me. I can turn her off at any point. And then she goes away. If you want me to send CAG away and have me on my own, all you've got to do is let me know. I'm not here actually to be disrespectful. We're just wondering if you remember the stuff we put out. We didn't put it out to wind you up or anything like that. We actually put it out just to see if it meant anything to you. So if it means anything to you, maybe you had it, then maybe just light those lights up. Any light. If you want me to remove what's in those lights, then that triangle with the blue light on it, you can make it go green. If you go to one side, it'll go green. Wow, well that was different. That's coming from down the hallway. You make that light go green. If you make it go green, I'll remove what's on the floor there. Can you do that? Otherwise I'll just assume you're okay with it. Alright, I've got a little box over here. And I'm wondering if you can put your voice on it. Just going to start it. So you can hear the bangs, guys. Although I know it's a window, it's still very unnerving. I'm just going to put this little box on here, look. So I'm just going to put it on the, whoops, you all died there, sorry. On there, and we're going to ask some questions. In fact, the disembodied voice might ask a question as well. So if it's
Oh, yes.
I was just about to ruin it, Gag. I was just about to start then.
Sorry. You know, I like to spoil EVPs.
All right, so if there is anybody here, I've given you my name. And I was just wondering if you would let me know yours, please. There's a little orange light on that little box on the wall there. So if you can put your voice on it, that would be really, really appreciated. Now you can ask a question, Keg.
Thank you. Okay, is the person that's seen down by the door you here tonight? If so, can you do it so we can walk towards Alison, so we can hear your footsteps, please?
Is there William here tonight? Is there a William here tonight? William, would you come and talk to me, please? Oh shit. Fuck. That wasn't the window. Did everybody hear that? That was a creep.
I didn't.
You didn't? Well, that's all right, Kag. You're not important. I heard it. That's all that matters.
Is that person coming towards you?
I don't know, but it's coming from the cellway. Is that you, William? Oh, you heard it as well, Di. You're coming to talk to us? That's all right. Sometimes I might get a little startled. Just a little. But we don't worry about that. All right, we're just going to listen back to this. Would you come and talk to me, please? Oh, shit. That wasn't like the bang of the window. Oh, shit. Have you heard that before, Di? It's like a... My legs have suddenly gone absolutely freezing cold.
That wasn't the window. Did we hear that?
What's the weather like there today?
Actually warm.
You didn't. Well, that's all right, Kag. No.
Yeah, it was like,
I heard it. That's all that matters.
it was like quick movement.
Is that that person coming towards you?
I don't know, but it's coming from the cellway.
What was that?
Is that you, William?
Towards you?
I don't know, but it's coming from the cellway.
What's that chink?
Is that you, William?
Don't remember hearing that at the time.
Cellway.
Can you hear the chink?
Is that you, William? Are you?
Oh my god. Oh my god, does that die? I don't want to say what that sounded like to me. I'm going to play it again. Keg heard it earlier.
Is that you, William? Are you ready as well?
Wait for the chink.
You coming to talk to us? That's all right. Sometimes I might get a little stuck.
Oh, that's exactly. That's exactly.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah, you heard it earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it in Di's head.
Are you ready as well? All right, now listen back.
Alright, that, guys, before we sign off, because at a certain point, Lithium's going to come back in again. And before I switch you guys off, I'll get her to chink that tool, because that's what it sounded like. Kag heard it earlier, she was on the phone when they did that, weren't you?
Yes, it was very much like that.
Yeah. But I didn't want to put it in Di's head until it said, what does that sound like? I just saw this figure coming to the door. It's a real person. I just saw the shadow go across the glass.
Yeah.
Much nicer word.
Yeah, the silhouette. It is a nicer word. I don't know, we're not getting an awful lot. The interesting thing we got, can you do me a favour? Can you let these people know what that sounds like? Yeah, because I think we caught it on the EMF meter. On the EVP, I mean.
You mean like this? Okay.
So it would be duller when it's going through flesh.
And bone.
Because we got a clank on the EVP when we were playing it back.
Ooh, kind of like this?
And Di was listening, and I didn't put it in your head, did I, Di? I just went, what does that sound like? She said straight away. Lobotomy tools. So there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's what they sound like. All right, so where are we at the moment?
So we're in the bottom of women's in the first ward. So essentially the bottom floor was regarded for essentially the worst, the incurables.
Yeah.
Because the idea was, because Aradale was built on a modified Kirkbride plan. So Kirkbride, not only did it have the ambling corridors and essentially never-ending cells and an even disposition of air and light, it had these gorgeous ornate fronts to invite people to spend a bit of money. So if you had an auntie that was a little bit dotty, you could pay for them to be in a much lovely spot right up at the very top, and where you could look out over the front and the gardens and the waterfall and water fountain. And, that was nice. But if you didn't have money, if you weren't that bad, you'd be put upstairs above us. And I'm sure you've all heard of a saying you're going backwards.
Yeah.
So when you get something, you get worse, you start going backwards.
Yeah.
Well, that happened in the asylums, because you'd start up the top here, and then you'd slowly start to work your way to the second ward up the top. Then you'd find yourself down here, and then the worst of the worst were literally right at the back of here.
Yeah.
So this is not the worst of the worst, but it was still
But
considered.
it was getting there.
Oh, it was getting there for sure. But like, you know, one of the things we say on tour, like, you know, running as a business, you wouldn't be wanting to show those people that had the money that wanted to pay for, you know, a family member to go into care. You wouldn't be showing them the worst of the worst that are throwing their own feces. Because I don't know about you, but my mum always taught me to walk the opposite direction when the dung was being flung.
Yeah. What sort of happenings have you had in here?
Well, for starters, like I don't come down here much because I operate the ghost tours. We tend to run the 6 hour down here, but straight away, just walking in here, it's a lot heavier. It feels hard to breathe. Not to mention there's this really weird smell that I can't explain. It's very chemically, but it's almost like cigarettes. But it's, you know, a weird sensation. But some of the other guides that come down here, they say that, you know, this place is quite active. Sometimes they get voices, they get footsteps. There is a story of one of our former patients that has befriended one of our guides, Daniel, that does paranormal. Former patient, she was disabled and couldn't walk, so she dragged herself across the ground. So we called her the creeper lady because she'd be scratching people's legs and the women's. And she's befriended Daniel and told him that her name's Jen, and she follows him around the asylum now. But he will actually set up a music box just by this linen press cupboard.
Okay.
And it actually goes off with her crawling around. It's really weird, but we've had psychic mediums and all sorts of people say that, you know, they've seen this woman on the ground, and it's really quite interesting. But now we sort of know she isn't as bad as, you know, this creeper lady that's attacking people, but all sorts of things happen down here. Sometimes you feel like you've started walking in here and you're almost at the end, and then it's sort of like, boom, you're back there again. So a bit of a time loop. I don't know if other guides feel that, but I feel that.
Excellent. Well, we might do some work then very quickly.
Yeah.
All right, so if there is anybody here tonight, I was wondering if anybody wants to come and talk to us. My name's Alison, and just put these lights out. You probably know what they are. It just allows me to know that you're there, because I can't see you and I can't hear you, unfortunately. You don't have to. If you don't want to talk to us, that's fine. We wish you would, though.
I know it's a bit unusual. We're not usually here on this time of the week. It's a Thursday.
Sorry if we're disturbing you. And disturbing your peace. That's footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you? You can come closer if you like, if it is you. I think we just heard you. Oh, that was you, thank you. Are you just coming out to have a look? We listen, can we hear it again? You've not heard that sound before?
Not down here. I tend to look up quickly because the longer you stand here, the heavier it feels. You feel like weight on you, or
Right.
you feeling that?
It had that feel when I came in.
Oh, it's like the more I stand here, I feel like gravity is kicking in, and I'm just weight of everything. Because this would have just been a horrendous place to have been.
I can only imagine it wouldn't have been much fun. I probably would have been put in here in those days.
Me too, although
I don't conform very well.
no. Well, for starters, we're wearing men's clothing.
Yeah. I haven't worn a dress for a long, long time.
Yeah, that was my belly that time, but I did hear something out there.
Right.
I keep feeling like there's something over there.
It feels like it's on the other side of the door.
Yeah. Would you like me to open the door for you so you can come in? I can open the door.
Come and join us?
Yeah. Come on in.
From the other end.
Oh, you heard the footsteps up there. Did you hear the bang down that end?
I heard the bang down that end.
Because it's not windy here tonight.
No. So we can think we can hear you moving around. Do you want to move a bit closer? Okay, my hand, I've got a little bit of a box there. This will record your voice. I think you can come and put your voice on here so we can hear you. I said, my name's Alison. I come from a different state though. I come from South Australia. Can you maybe put your name on here? Feel free to ask questions.
Okay. I come here quite regularly. You probably know me by my real name. I usually go by Lithium, but you seem to be very good at dubbing us in. Can you say my real name? Or even my middle name?
Do you remember how long you were in here for? That was my stomach tag. Or originally, why were you put in here? How many of you are still here? Okay, listen back quickly. You can come and put your voice on here so we can hear you. To ask questions.
Okay. I come here quite regularly. You probably know me by my real name. I usually go by Lithium, but you seem to be very good at dubbing us in. Can you say my real name? Or even my middle name?
What's that?
I don't know. You seem to be very good at dubbing us in. Can you say my real name? Or even my middle name?
Well, we didn't hear that at the time, did we?
No. That's really interesting.
It's just that one when you asked about your name.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like Lithium.
It was just when you spoke. Now, did you want to put headphones on or shall I? In other words, are you going to ask questions or?
I'm cool either way.
Yeah?
I enjoy the Estes method.
Yeah. Do you enjoy putting them on or do you enjoy asking questions and seeing what the answers are?
I'm very 50-50 on either side, so
yeah?
whichever. Do you mind if I sit?
No, that's fine.
Hang on, trying to keep these away.
All right, if there is anybody there, I've given you my name. Lithium's listening on the headphones.
Coming?
Oh, who's coming? Somebody coming to talk to us? That'd be great. We'd love to talk to them.
Hey there.
Hey there, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. Did you hear my name? When I introduced myself? Do you remember what your name was?
What you doing?
Well, we're trying to talk to you. I'm very curious. I work in a place like this. And I was wondering if there's anybody here that would like to talk to us.
Going. Bed.
You're going to bed? I wished I was going to bed. I'm going to go to bed soon. It's been a long day for me. Come a long way, drove for 6 or 7 hours to talk to you. Oh, bang. Is that you making a noise then?
Help.
Oh, I'm sorry, what would you like help with? If you don't want to talk through there, you can light one of the lights up. Have you gone to bed? Are we disturbing you? Sorry, I don't mean to disturb you.
Help them.
Who would you like us to help? Who needs help? Must have been horrible in here.
Get out. Or it was get help.
Do you want us to leave? I get the impression that this is your night off, and that you don't actually want to talk to people tonight. Because you wouldn't get the tours.
Here, there.
Because you wouldn't get the tours coming through on a Thursday. Do you know days? Do you know it's Thursday?
Bitch.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's started. Are you calling me a bitch? No, I'm trying to be nice.
People.
Do you get sick of people coming in and talking to you? It's because people are curious.
Chilly.
Plus, we want to know what your story is, what went on for you in here. Maybe this was a home to you. Put Vox on as well, I think. Sia's done nothing tonight.
Sounded like a man laughing.
So if you don't want to talk through the headphones, maybe you can talk through this. I think that just said help me. Which is
Good.
So you can talk through this if you like instead.
Easy.
Is it easier? Because we're going to be going soon. All right, well, we might say goodbye. Can you say goodbye? I have a moan then. Can you say goodbye, please? Oh my God, that's just said my name. That just said my name. Who is it who just said my name? Slut?
You're not part.
Who just said my name?
Breathe.
Do you want to talk to me? No? It's funny how the voices have now stopped. Oh no, there you go. Who is it who said my name? And why?
Go.
Go. Yeah, we're going to go.
Okay.
All right. Let's say goodbye. Bye.
It just sounded like a terrifying scream. Like
Yeah?
a growly scream. Like a women's growly scream, just come through. There's quite a bit that's coming through, but it's coming fast really, really quickly. I'm getting short words, and then there are sentences that come through, and it's just like, bleh. I'm like, whoa. But there seems to be a lot of male voices, and I notice that there's one voice that keeps saying help, send help, need help. So I wonder what that's about. There's lots of help. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure I've said it a few times, but he keeps coming through, and it's the same voice, and he's desperate for help.
Well, I had help out the other Vox.
Yeah.
And then it creepily said my name. Have you got the headphones off now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, I said, we're going. Have you got anything to say? And it just, a really weird male voice came out and just went, Alison.
Wow.
And it was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But then it didn't do anything else. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. It's always great getting back here and kind of doing new places, because I haven't done this area before, but little things. The impression I got tonight, and I'm going to say it, is that it's almost like tonight is their night off. And although we're hearing things and we're getting the odd word through, it's not cooperating properly. It's like, hey, this isn't in the deal. This isn't the night of the tours. This is our night off. And that's the impression I'm getting tonight. So we're going to leave them in peace. I'm going to go back to where I'm staying. Maybe there might be some wine waiting for me. Who knows? And I would just like to thank Nate from Eerie Tours for allowing us to come here and film again at Aradale, and also to the very lovely Lithium for hanging out with us and taking us around and joining in at the end, which was just awesome. So, all right, we'll see you again soon. Bye.